All right, we're visiting with ASU senior Robbie Baillargeon. Robbie, welcome to the show again. We talked earlier this year, and now we have a chance to talk as your senior year winds down. So, welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about this last week. And I know I saw you after the game. You were a little bit emotional with that. It took a lot out of you, didn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. I think it's just one of those things that you can't really predict what you're going to feel. Just kind of what I've been through in my college career. To end it here, I think I said in the interview after the game that, I wouldn't want it any other way, to have my senior moment and senior night here at ASU. And just having my parents there was really special. For them to come and, make that long flight from New England was awesome. It was even sweeter that we got the win.
Tell me a little bit about your hockey career. I talked with all of our seniors about it. If you can remember back to memory when you first got your first stick, your first skates, and what that was like. Do you remember when that was?
Oh yeah, that was quite a bit ago, but I do remember actually, just because it was in my hometown. It was at the Enfield Twin Rings. I remember I was so small, my feet were so small that they didn't have skate sizes for me. So
right.
My dad made some makeshift skates for me out of the old roller hockey, the blades that had the four wheels on it. So
right.
He put a blade on it, and I was able to skate with those. And then I remember my first stick actually. I don't remember it, but I've seen pictures from my parents where right when I was born, my dad had a stick in my hands. It was a Springfield Falcons AHL wooden stick that was had a huge blade, nice round blade. It was long. It was longer than me when I was born. But those, it's unbelievable to think where I've come and what I've been through, in my life and in my hockey career since then.
So talk about your youth days playing. What really got your love for the game going? Was it at that level, or was it when you started playing youth hockey at Squirt, Pee Wee level? Where did the real love for the game come for you?
So actually, my father owned a roller hockey rink, and when I was born, he had owned it then.
Right.
And as soon as I could walk, I was out skating at a roller hockey rink. This is back in Enfield, Connecticut.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have it anymore. But that's where I first started playing hockey. Rollerblading, roller skating, as much as I could. I was out there every day, and I just loved going out there and having the whole rink to myself, shooting around. Just one of those things that I didn't have to try to get ice for or wait for stick time. I could go out and shoot whenever I want, and I think that's where I really fell in love with the game, and I wanted to play it as long as I can.
So as you grew up, you got a chance to play some college hockey. You got to play at BU at home, or very close to home.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about that experience, and then leaving that experience and coming here.
BU was special. I think my BU experience and ASU experience are different, but they're both have a lot of positives to it. Obviously in BU, you're playing in a tough league. And you're a well-respected program, so every game is tough. But saying that, we also had a lot of success during my time at BU, especially my sophomore year. Our team was able to win the Bean Pot, Hockey East regular season, Hockey East postseason tournament. We won NCAA regionals, made it all the way to the national championship game. Unfortunately, we lost that one to Providence, a Hockey East team, which I had tough league. So that was a very memorable year, and the memories that our team had, I'll never forget. It was so special. That's what you dream about playing in college hockey, is playing in all those special games that I actually got to play in. It was awesome. Especially because my freshman year, we only had 10 wins, I think, 8 or 10 wins. So we had a huge turnaround. I also got to play with Jack. See him do well in the NHL is awesome. And a bunch of other guys that have made NHL debuts this year. And then obviously last year, unfortunately we lost in the Bean Pot finals and lost in the NCAA tournament, but we still got to play in those both. So I did a lot at BU, but coming here, I knew what I wanted to do was bring that whole experience and just bring it to this team and really show them what college hockey is about and how to develop into a team that I had my sophomore year. And I think it's safe to say that we have really, developed into a strong team this year that had a really strong finish with that overtime win at Western Michigan.
Right.
Even though they counted it as a tie, NCAA.
It's still a win.
Exactly. We're going to take that as a win because I think they're fourth in pairwise at that time or something like that. So just knowing that we could compete with the top teams in the country, I think it just brought so much confidence to this team. And I think that's what I try to do, is just help build that confidence. And I think this year was awesome. Obviously, the senior night was incredible, and then just playing in pretty much every rink that I've kind of been associated with, like going back to Connecticut twice, going back to Boston twice. I used to live in Columbus, Ohio, and we went back to Ohio State, so I got to see all my friends out there. And then just traveling around. It was just an incredible year overall.
So let's fast forward 10 years down the road, if you can envision this, and tell me what you think the ASU program will be like with you being the mainstay, one of the guys that laid the groundwork. Where do you see this program in 10 years?
Right at the top. I mean, it's safe to say that. I think once we get a rink, I think it's going to help build our identity a little more, just because we can have a nice place to call home. And I think when guys can go to a rink like that, have a incredible weight room, a locker room where you're comfortable in, have every resource at the rink that you need. To have to help become a better player and get to that next level. I think it's just incredible. At BU we had a Gannis Arena, $100 million rink, and we had every resource there. And just the knowing that you have that, it makes you want to go to the rink every day. Not saying Oceanside isn't that. Oceanside is awesome to play in. It brings me back to kind of prep school days, youth hockey days. But then again, when you have a bigger rink, when you have a bigger crowd, and you're going to have a band and all that, it just makes that college experience so much more. And I think once we get that, I think ASU is going to be rocking and rolling, and I think that's going to help them with recruiting, obviously. When kids see that, I want to play there. I think it's going to help build this program overall. And I just see ASU competing at the top every year. Not sure what league, but just competing and competing for national titles and conference championships. And that's where I see it, especially after everything that we've gone through this year. I can see our freshmen and sophomores, being the leaders. They're in their junior and senior year, and really taking this team and program to a new level.
So it's safe to say in 10 years, after you've got a cup with the Ottawa Senators, you're going to come back for a reunion day here, aren't you?
Oh yeah, of course. I'll probably come back every summer. Actually, it's incredible out here. A lot of friends. There's so much to do. I'm a big golfer. I know there's probably hundreds of golf courses around here. My parents love it out here, especially because this weekend we had 75-degree weather here, and back home we actually, in New England, it was actually 3 feet of snow for them. So yesterday they got back and had to shovel the driveway, and they're like, I hate this.
So final question for you. Are we ever going to be able to turn you from a Pats fan to a Cardinals fan?
No, sorry.
All right, Robbie, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.